The Sanctions That Bled. The train pulled into Kyiv Central Station with a slow, metallic groan, like something half alive and unwilling. It was night, and the city shivered in anticipation. A wind howled low through the streets, not unlike the breath of something ancient watching. Senator Lindsey Graham stepped onto the platform, his trench coat flapping like a cape of old ghosts. Beside him walked Senator Blumenthal, eyes scanning the perimeter with the instinct of someone who knows when he's crossed into haunted ground. They didn't say much, only exchanged glances as the cold air bit into their bones. Something was stirring in Kyiv, and it wasn't just war. Graham had been briefed, of course, but no file in Washington could have prepared him for the feel of the place. The resistance here wasn't just military, it was spiritual, underground, elemental, like the land itself refused to fall. They were led to a bunker beneath a bombed-out library where President Zelensky waited in shadows. His voice was tired but unwavering. "They think we'll negotiate with a knife to our throat," he said, pouring them strong coffee thick as blood. "But every child they bomb, every city they scorch, awakens something." Ancient Graham leaned forward. "What do you mean?" Zelensky smiled grimly. "They call it Tryvoha, not just the air raid sirens, the fear itself. It's alive now, and it's choosing sides." That night, Graham dreamed. He was back in D.C. walking the halls of the Capitol. But the lights flickered, the walls dripped with black ichor, and every mirror he passed reflected something behind him, something dressed in a Russian uniform, but with hollow eyes and a mouth that opened impossibly wide, swallowing the Constitution one shredded page at a time. He woke in a cold sweat, the word sanction pounding in his head like a war drum. The following morning they toured Irpin, ruins, rubble, and carved into the soot-covered bricks of a collapsed home. "If we cannot be safe, let us be sacred." Children's drawings fluttered in the breeze like war-torn prayer flags. Flowers grew from the cracks in tanks, and every soldier they met, every mother holding the photo of a vanished son, looked them in the eye with a silent request: "Do not negotiate with evil. Destroy it." That night, they announced it publicly. Graham stood before the press, but it felt more like standing before a tribunal of ghosts. "We will introduce sanctions so severe they will drain the Kremlin of blood. You will feel the bite of 500% tariffs, you who sell death disguised as energy, you who fund the darkness." He didn't blink as he added, "And to China and India, we see your hand in this. Stop buying Russian energy, or you will bleed too." As his words echoed, the air thickened. Power surged, not political, but primal, like the earth itself had approved the sentence. Then came the surge. It began as whispers in the wires. Russia's oil exports began to rot in tankers mid-sea. Buyers vanished, prices plummeted, and something inside the Russian Ministry of Defense began to unravel. Their drones malfunctioned, their servers glitched. Their generals saw visions in their sleep, visions of burning birch trees, rivers running backward, and children with hollow eyes whispering in Ukrainian. Panic spread, and Tryvoha feasted. Meanwhile, in the Donbass front lines, Ukrainian soldiers reported an eerie phenomenon. Russian mercenaries began to weep mid-battle. They dropped their weapons, muttering, "The wind speaks, and it screams." Captured communications revealed madness, officers clawing at their eyes, screams about a woman in white who walked untouched through minefields, her face changing to resemble every mother they'd orphaned. They called her Pomsta, vengeance. In Moscow, Putin slept no more. Every night his dreams were invaded by a growing chorus, Ukrainian voices chanting in languages older than time. "Return what you stole. Withdraw or be unmade. We are not afraid anymore. We have nothing left to lose but our chains." His generals fled. His economy, once ironclad in blood oil, began to burn. The oligarchs turned on each other like starving dogs, and still sanctions bled them dry. Graham's next stop was Paris, then Berlin, but something followed him. He heard it in the tapping of the hotel pipes, saw it in the flicker of every streetlight. He was not haunted, but claimed. Kyiv had marked him, and now he bore its burden. At night he found his hands trembling, not with fear, but conviction. Keep going. Speak the truth. This fight is not just for Ukraine, it's for all of us. And somewhere deep in a NATO war room, generals quietly admitted, Ukraine isn't just defending its land, it's exercising Europe. Back in Kyiv, a small girl lit a candle in a ruined cathedral. She closed her eyes and whispered, "Make them stop. Make them pay." And someone in the shadows moved, not a demon, not an angel, but someone older, someone righteous, the God of justice.